So, welcome to Propeligent Growth Podcast. I'm Jamal Hirani, founder of Propeligent. And today we're joined by Miroslav Mihalik, who's CEO of Personia.ai, which is an AI-powered platform that's turning sales reps into top performers through hyper-realistic role-play training. And then with over 200,000 end users and backing from VCs, Miroslav is building what could become the largest AI role-play marketplace in the world. So welcome, Miroslav. Miroslav, you've built an impressive portfolio, 4 successful SaaS products running simultaneously: Personio, FeedBio, KudosLink, SurveyMeme. Take us back to the beginning of what sparked your entrepreneurial journey.
Yeah, thank you for having me. My beginning was dated in about 11 years ago, or maybe 12 years ago, when we built our first product, which was a simple e-commerce platform. I built it with my friends, which are currently working for us as a developers, and that's where the beginning, or there was my journey started. Yeah, 11 years ago. I started my entrepreneurship journey because back in the days when I was doing bodybuilding, I need money because all the food and the supplements were extremely expensive.
Right.
So we need to find a way on how to make some extra money, and so we were also selling supplements. We're buying them from other countries for cheaper prices than was available in the Slovak Republic, and we just resell it. Really simple business, really simple product, but that was the first project I've been worked on. I tried. After that, I tried several different products and business ideas. I ran a travel agency, but most of the time, or most of these projects was failures. I did so many mistakes. Hopefully, as everyone who just started is doing in the beginning. Yeah, the most common mistake is spent 2 weeks not thinking about the business, but thinking about the logos and the name of the company. And all these things. And my recent company, it was not a startup. It was like a traditional company, which I ran for about 5 years or 4.5 years. It was a implementation company where we're implementing softwares or CRM or ERP systems for companies, for manufacturing companies, and every industry you can mention, because everyone needs to use an ERP.
Mm-hmm.
It's where for the first time, learn how to manage, or how to run a company, how to run a serious business, not funded by an external money, but funded with the real money from the real customers, handling the cash flow and everything. And when I exit the company, my co-founder, my current co-founder Peter, asked me if I want him to join his startup. He just started. He get some money from the first angel investor. He get, I believe, 50k euros, and he asked me, because we know each other now for 8+ years. We've been working on a project before, and he asked me if I want him to join, and I said, yeah, that would be nice to finally do something much easier than creating customized software for the companies, which was extremely hard.
I mean, going back on that, when you were implementing ERP systems for others, how did that shape in terms of you building your own products? I mean, you're juggling multiple products. So what's the strategy there?
Yeah, for the first, the strategy, because when you are creating something tailored for the customer, you need to be really efficient in developing things. You need to learn how to say no for all the requests every customer have. You need to be You need to be really efficient in managing resources because you are selling fixed price project, so you can lose your margin really easily. You need to you need to learn to do the multitasking because you are handling so many projects at the same time with the same team. And also because I started it from zero, from nothing. I need to learn how to manage like expenses and the revenue, because no one else will help you when you are starting from the zero, where the VC money or investor money doesn't exist. You need to learn that was actually when I learned how to sell, because I don't have money to hire like a senior sales rep, so I need to learn it by myself. I remember the first meetings when I was shaking on the meetings with the client. Even then, I was recording every sales meeting I had back in the days. I heard for these recordings afterward, and taking notes like when I did mistakes, where I didn't catch like the buying signals. Like back in the days, I was doing the same thing we are enabling to do for the sales reps currently with our product Personio, but it is much easier.
Yeah. So you learned from trial and error as you went along and improved yourself. Okay. You're also vice president of Toastmasters International since 2016. How did your passion for communication and leadership development lead you to Personia?
Just according a bit, it's probably not updated on my LinkedIn. I'm currently not vice president anymore.
Okay.
But I was back in the days. And it's the same like with everything. Everything I do, I find out what I need to learn to be able to do it. Because like for most of my personal life, I was not having money to hire someone, so I was forced to learn everything by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And like when I found out that I want to be an entrepreneur, the first thing I realized that I need to be able to speak in front of people. I believe there's a must-have skill for every entrepreneur to be able to speak clearly in front of everyone. And I was not having any experience with that. So that was my reason to join Toastmasters. So
Right.
I can.
Great. Well, I think that's a very, very good reason because it's all about self-development. So let's talk about Personia. You started that in 2023, and it's already serving over 200,000 users. So what was the catalyst? What problem were you obsessed with solving? Because you're saying that you want to build the largest AI role-play marketplace. That's your words, not mine. And a vision for democratizing communication skills training. So why does AI roleplay, why AI roleplay versus traditional coaching?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So it not started from the first day with the idea of creating a roleplay platform. It's all started with creating the idea. Like for the first time when the AI was available for the businesses, like the first time when OpenAI releases their API, our developers implemented in our current software applications we're building back in the days. They implemented like within a few hours. Because we are all enthusiastic in the technology, so we implement it really fast. And obviously we are thinking about how we can use it. How we can use the AI, on how we can leverage the AI. And we were in an HR industry. Back in the days, we were building the platform called Culture Board. It contains 3 different applications, as you mentioned, the KudosLink, SurveyMeme, and a FeedBio. And we're focusing on creating better cultures in company. But creating a better culture is not something which every company considers as a critical thing to do. So they were not willing to pay like large amount of money. It was nice, a tool for 49 euros monthly, but nothing more. And I started thinking about, we need to bring something which will be something now that will be like a crucial for the companies. And the first idea was to create an advisor for managers, because me as well is a problem in managing people. Like everyone is a different, and I'm not a senior manager, so obviously I doing so many things wrong, and my biggest problem was that I was not sure like how to communicate with a different type of people. Most of the time, I've been working with the developers, with the technical people, which are rational as I am. So I'm able to communicate with rational people, but there are so many different types of people, and I was not sure like how to approach them, like how to give them negative feedback. Because when I'm giving a negative feedback for a developer, I need to be direct. But there are like another type of the people. If I do it the same way as with the developer, like the person may cry. Yeah.
Right.
So the first iteration called Team Advisor, and we upload the personality questionnaires, like when you can where you fill the questionnaire, and as a result you will find out what type of person you are, like a disc, enneagram, and all these different methodologies. Then we feed our first AI model with this data, and you create a simple chat for the manager where the manager can directly ask, now I need to give a negative feedback for Adam, help me, how should I communicate it with Adam? And because the AI, our AI model, understands the Adam because it has the results
Right.
of this questionnaire, or like a personality profile, now he gave me an advice. You need to do it really gently because Adam is really sensitive about like criticizing him and so on. And then I found out these were working perfectly. But then I found out, okay, now I know like what to say, but I don't know like how to say. I'm doing it for the first time. And that's where we create like another module for this tool, which was like a first roleplay simulator.
Right. Got it.
Yeah. So as a step one, I found out what I need to say, and as a step two, I can practice. Yeah. And we launch it like immediately. Managers love it, and after we analyze after a few months like the usage, we find out that everyone is using mainly the roleplay feature.
Right.
And yeah, and from then it was obvious like why.
Okay. Okay.
Why
And that's where
build?
you pivoted to Personia. Yeah, it makes sense. That makes
Exactly.
complete sense. I mean, you shared a really interesting story on your LinkedIn about a 30-day pilot where you improved conversion rates by 45% and added 100K euros in pipeline. Walk us through that case study, because that's really interesting.
Yeah, like the way we are, I wouldn't say selling, but yeah, we are actually selling our platform by doing pilot projects. Now, because this AI roleplay industry is completely new, everything sounds good on the paper, like it's obvious. Like we can make, for example, we can make your sales reps sell as a top performers. Like that makes sense by allowing them to train with their role plays, which simulates real customer conversation. And after they finish the conversation, they receive instant feedback. As from the coach sitting next to you, turning to that conversation and telling you what you need to do better next time. Yeah, that sounds good on the paper, but most of the companies, like in the early days, doesn't believe that it will work that way. And there's where the idea of doing pilot project like starts. So we are usually like picking maybe 15 to 20% of the whole company. Like let's say if the company has 100 sales reps, we just pick 20 of them, put it in a pilot project. We customize the role plays for so the AI personas can like emulate their real customers, giving them the real objections, and we also like put their playbooks inside the Personio, so we can coach them based on their playbooks and like evaluate if you follow as a sales rep the playbooks. But also we are evaluating, or we like analyzing real conversation of their top sales reps. Yeah, like we are usually starting the debate with the customer, like what your top sales reps are doing differently than an average rep. And in most of the case, they didn't know.
Right.
Even the largest companies, they didn't know. They know they are just like hitting the quotas all the time, but they don't know why. And we are able to analyze this conversation and find the differences. And usually it's about like asking better questions, like they are doing a better discovery. Like average sales rep goes immediately into selling, but the problem is they don't know like what's the pain of the customer.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and we put all of these inside the Personio, and we immediately launch it with the team, and the results are insane. And it's really simple, like why the results are that good. Is as with the gym. Like if I want to lose some weight, now I cannot go to the gym like one per quarter and like expect results. And it's the
Yes.
same with the training.
Yes.
Like you cannot expect that your sales rep will be selling better if you run like a quarter training, full day of training with everyone. Like nothing happened because people will forget all the information within a few days. Yeah. That's the problem we are solving.
Yep. Yep.
And the second problem, like currently the best way on how you can teach, for example, your sales rep to sell better is by doing an individual coaching. Like you will be going every meeting with the sales rep, you'll be listening, you will be giving them feedback based on your experience, based on your playbook. But yeah, that's working. That's perfectly working. But the problem is if you want to do it on a larger scale, like you duplicate yourself. But with the Personio, you can put all of your knowledge inside the platform, and the person will be coaching like instead of you, your sales reps.
Yeah, and that's where AI comes in. Where you can scale that and replicate yourself.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
You wrote also a post about how 80% of your pipeline was frozen in the testing stage. I mean, that's quite a brutal realization, right? Tell us what you learned.
Yeah, the problem was that during the first meeting, when we're like showing the product, telling about how everything works, they like the product, but they told us that they wanna like test it by themselves. And we had a role play builder like inside building where you can create your own role plays. But the problem was that they try to create it, but they create like a low quality role play, and their experience was like really bad. Because yeah, like it's the same like as when you are working with an AI. Like if you don't know like how to write a correct prompt, you will get a wrong answer. Like
Yes.
yeah, that is the same problem. No, because there is a learning curve. Like to create a high quality role play, there is a learning curve to learn it. The same as when you are like learning how to write correct prompts or like write prompts. So we completely, and when we realize it, we test it with the next few clients, and we tell them that, okay, you want to test it, but let us create the role plays for you. Do not do it by yourself. Let us create it. No, and we didn't tell them that the reason is that you will create low quality role play, but we sell it more as we want to give you like a white glove service for you because we really like your company and we really like to work with you. Give us a chance to do it. It's free, and and that's what completely changed the outcome. Yeah, like from that day, we're creating like by our own expenses the first role plays for the clients, so they can see the result. They can see what is possible. They obviously like it, and so we did our first pilot project for the free with the client. The results was insane from the first pilot project we done for the client. It was a large telco operator in the Slovak Republic, and from the day when we already as a proof that it's working from a large customer, now with the great results, from the day we start to sell these pilot projects.
Right.
Yeah.
So you now insist on paid pilots even before full rollout, right?
Exactly.
That's bold, right? So how do customers react, and what's changed since implementing this approach?
No, currently the reaction are like, okay, they understand it because we have so many proof. Oh, we done so many pilot projects, and every 100% of our pilot projects ends up with a great results. So for them, there is like a low risk that they will be that case when we fail the pilot projects. That's the difference now.
Got it. Okay. I mean, you're based in Bratislava. Selling to companies globally and kind of managing multiple products, and you've raised, is it approximately $1 million for your business, right? So, what's been your biggest operational challenge?
Currently, the biggest challenge is to write down all the knowledge we gain during the process, so we can teach newcomers or the new hires on how to do it our own way. That's the current biggest challenge. Yeah, because from the first days, we are still the same team. Like no one from the core team left us, and we're doing multiple things at the same time. But when you want to scale up, you need to divide all these things in the different steps and hire a specialist for every of these steps. Back in the days, I was finding the lead, selling to the customer, analyze, creating the role plays, handling the project, and so on and so on. So we are currently mapping what we are doing. We are creating our own playbook, so we can teach others. That's the biggest challenge.
Right, got it. I mean, look, you're also very, just looking at your profile on LinkedIn and some of the things you've written. You're clearly metrics obsessed. Personio scores, conversion rates, pipeline impact. How do you instill this data-driven culture in your customers?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. So you are a metrics obsessed CEO and founder, right? And you've got things like Personio scores and conversion rates and pipeline impact. How do you instill this data-driven culture in your customers who you're doing projects for? So they are obsessed about the data metrics as well.
Yeah. Actually, we are proving the outcomes with the data, with the mathematical data, and how we are doing it. With that evaluation part, after you finish the conversation with your customer, which is an AI persona, you will receive a feedback or coaching, which is divided into what we call success criterions. Success criterion is something you need to do during that conversation. And there are usually multiple, tens of different success criterions. You need to ask open-ended questions, active listening, and so on and so on, using a SPIN methodology or MEDPIC methodologies to handle objections and so on. And we are evaluating this with a simple math. If you fill the criterion, you will get 1 point, and if you will not meet the criterion, that's a minus 1 point for you.
Right.
Yeah, and that's a simple math. With the results, you will get the correct point. For example, when you are started, when you are not that experienced in selling, you are a junior in that company, you will probably receive something around 30 to 40 points out of 100.
Right.
So you'll find out where you lost the points. I forgot to ask open-ended questions. Asking close one. Okay, you will hit try again. Do that role play again.
Right.
You'll add. In this case, asking open-ended questions, and you'll get 1 point more. So now you will have, let's say, 45 out of 100.
Yeah. So you gamified it a little bit as well, and making people try again to improve.
Yeah, it is gamification for the user, so you can clearly see if you are making progress or not. But also, for the management of the company, they can see that's the first time when you can measure training, when you can measure learning. Yeah, that's for the first time when you can do it with the real objective data, not subjective.
Yeah. No, that's very smart, very clever. Okay, got a few kind of quick questions before we come to our end. You mentioned building the largest AI role play marketplace. paint that picture for us. What does success look like for you in 3 to 5 years?
Yeah, like currently, we are mainly focusing on the enterprise businesses because that's where the pain is the biggest. But at the same time, like our long-term vision is to build the largest marketplace, which is not only for the companies but also for the individuals. Now, because and especially with the AI world and the AI days, something which will stay. Like there will be one skill that will hopefully stay, and that's the communication. Like everyone needs to practice communication, and everyone needs to be able to communicate like everything clearly.
Yes.
Like even when you are talking to your wife or your girlfriend, like you need communication, and that's why we are building like in the long term the largest marketplace. So there will be so hopefully it will be a place where we teach the people like how to communicate properly in any case, not in the sales or the leadership use cases, but in any case, even when you are facing a loud neighbor, and you need to practice like how to make him to like turn off the music, for example.
Yeah. No, very good, very smart. I think that makes complete sense. Best business lesson from your ERP days that applies to building SaaS products?
There is so many. The biggest lesson is that creating something tailor-made for the customer, and especially in software, is, I believe, the hardest business which exists. It's the hardest business out there because you are combining agency business, which is hard, like as itself. You are combining with the software. Is another hardest thing you can do is creating a software. Like the biggest learning for me is that I never want to do like an agency software business.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I agree. Okay, what's the biggest mistake in the early days of Personio and what you learned?
The biggest mistake was I was too soft on people. I was not able to be directive. That was the biggest mistake, and I've been working on it. That doesn't mean that I'm rude on the people, but I need to be more directive, and I'm because otherwise the people will be not doing the things as you want from them.
Okay, that makes sense. One metric that every sales leader should track but probably doesn't.
Conversion rates from the discovery to quotation of the proposal.
Right. Okay, all right, that's interesting. Okay, you're Czech, Slovak, building globally. How does that perspective help?
Yeah, we are building building it from the smallest countries in the Europe, and I believe it helps us because some companies look at ourselves as underdogs, and people somehow like the underdog stories. So,
okay, very good. Yeah, no, that's a good answer. So, lastly, what excites you most about AI in workplace learning right now?
What excites me the most? That's a really hard question. I really love learning new things, and the AI makes everything so much easier. Like access to knowledge. Like even two years ago, it was really hard. Now you can access it within a few clicks. That what excites me the most, and also that's something which scares me the most as well.
Okay, and why does it scare you?
Because it's really hard to train the AI model, not only to not hallucinate, but to not to be trained on the wrong data.
Right.
Currently, the models are trained on everything.
Yes.
So you may get really easily the wrong answers, even if they look like correct ones. And I see that a lot of people tend to believe like what they read. They're like, "Hey, I told me it must be true." Even when you are like reading like a news, a lot of people just read the headings. And that's really scary.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, Miroslav, this has been incredibly insightful. For listeners who want to try Personio or connect with you, where should they go?
You can try the Personio on Personio.ai. There are so many role plays you can try even without creating your account. You can try it for free. After you create the account, you can try it a few times for free as well. You can reach me at my email, Miro@Personio.ai, or you can easily find me on the LinkedIn at Miro Mihalik. And I will be happy to get in touch with you. And I will be happy to even create a custom role play for you.
Great. Well, I'll put that in our show notes as well so that people can see it. And I love your tagline, try our AI in less than 2 minutes. And that's a great tagline. Brilliant. Thank you so much, Miroslav. It's been really fun talking to you.
Thank you as well.